Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? You ain't got the minerals. Little Black Book, you know what time it is. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you are back again, thank you once more. Stick in here, comment down below, let me know your thoughts as well. So, we spoke previously about situationship, sex is voodoo. We've had another video where we spoke about situationship, why you're in one, and situationship, why they don't text. But now we're going to talk about another video, which is situationship, why they haven't spoke about the future. Now, I'm just categorizing all these things. When you're in a situation, there's a lot of things that go on, and this is one of them. In a situationship, the person will not discuss the future with you. Like, they just don't want to do it, yeah. And this is what this video is about. The reason why they don't want to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you hear these things, what do you do? When you feel like someone's not answering the reason why they do what they do, what do you do? We often speak about the future to show our vision, to show the person that they're included in our life, to show that we thought about them, and also to say that we have knitted our destinies together, and to say that you're helping us get to where we want to be and fulfill the fantasy of dreams, hopes and aspirations that we have long term. So we tell each other dreams, we tell each other the future, we explain that this is what I see in our future, because what you're hoping for is that person can see what you see and travel along with you to your destination, right? So why would somebody not do that if you're in a so-called relationship or situationship? Okay. Now, why do people not speak about their future? Well, even Jesus spoke about the future. He mentioned that, listen, there's the time that's coming, Matthew 24. There's rumors of war and more. Like, my time is coming. He spoke prophetically, and as we are children of God, we have a mouth that utters also the prophetic. When I say prophetic, in the sense of to preach it out, to speak it out loud, you know what I'm saying? And so, oftentimes, if you hear a couple that really genuinely care for each other, they will speak about the future early. Like, some people are asking how early. I don't know, it depends on YouTube. But if you're waiting a year, even 6 months is a bit like, like, most people talk about this. I know people talk about this early because when you're in a place where you're ready for marriage, see, when you're in a place where people are not really ready for marriage and actually they just want to mess around and see what boyfriend and girlfriend stuff is really about, then maybe they'll talk about it later. But those of us who are serious about getting married and not really even trying to mess around, we talk about the future early, because what we're trying to say is, I need to make sure that you're blending in with what I see in the future. If you can't work with my future, then I need to know that I need to bounce. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you have an intentional stance to dating. When you don't have an intentional stance to dating, you won't discuss the future because you know that at any time it can change. So be intentional with your dating. Adam and Eve. When Adam saw Eve, what was his first word? He said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. He said, yeah, this is the one. Adam instantly recognized when he met Eve from the very moment that she was the one. Now, when I say the one, it means the one that the person is willing to give themselves to. Doesn't necessarily mean they are the one that you will ever live happily ever after with. But necessarily they are the one that the guy's willing to settle down with. If you don't feel that you got that reaction from him, then I need to let you know that you're probably not in the right relationship. Just going to say that straight. You know what I'm saying? Probably not in the right relationship, but cool. The first two things I want to say is this. Number one, have you brought this conversation up? No point saying he hasn't spoken about it, but if you've not brought it up either, what are you doing? It's like saying, this person airs me, but did you message me? Yeah, okay, then what are you asking for? What are you talking about? So you need to bring it up. Yeah, if it's to come to a stage where you feel like I have to go up. Again, remember I said about P-E-W, your position, I like you. Number two, expectation, what I'm expecting is a relationship. W is, what does they want? What do they want? Do you understand? When you feel like you're in a position where you're liking the person and you're expecting to see that you want to go into a relationship, you need to state that. Let the person know so that they can also respond with what they feel. But if you don't say anything and you expect him to understand, how is he going to know? He's going to take advantage of the grey area. Don't give him that room. Don't give him a loophole. And number two, if you have brought it up, is the person dodgy? That's a great sign that somebody's not really about that life. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, even my girlfriends I've had in the past, fam, every single one of them, we've discussed the future. Because why am I getting in a relationship when I can't see the future with you? I'm not here to waste time. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm here to love you, you to love me, and for us to grow and become what we need to become. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I want to let you know as well, people only speak what they see, yeah? And people will speak what they know. So if they're not mentioning a future with you, they neither see you or neither know whether they really want you to be in the future or not. Yeah, they know. You only speak on what you know. And if sometimes you know that if you speak on something, it will cause trouble, you don't speak on it at all. And so what your situationship, when you're seeing it, is this, that, you know what, they don't see you in the future. That's the truth. That's why they're not speaking it. Because they don't know, they don't see you in it. If they did, they would have said it. Right? If they did, they would have said it. Simple as. Another thing is this, they don't really consider your future. So you're mentioning maybe you've got some things that you want to achieve, there are some things that you really want to see happen, you want to see some things that really want to do in future, and they never really speak about your future. Why? Because they're not involved in it. So they will never speak about us, never speak about your future. They want to always talk about now. And when I say now, it doesn't have to be really now, but it means like they talk about very short-term goals when it comes to you. And when it comes to the relationship, because what they want you to understand is this: I'm not sure, or I don't want you at all. I'm just passing through and having fun. And so, in order for them not to commit, and also not to lay down roots in a situation, to exit as cleanly as possible, they say, they won't say anything long term. They'll just say anything in the short term. This is mad, right? Cool. The reason why, as well, they don't want to speak about the future is that they don't want to give you any ideas or any words to use them against them later on down the line. Now you have to understand that in these kind of situationships, the guy's trying to get out as easy and squeaky clean as possible, trying to exit with as least baggage as possible, because he understands what he's doing is rubbish. He understands what he's doing is wrong. But what he doesn't want is an emotional torture from you. He doesn't want you being able to be emotional about the situation, because then it could drive him to really think about his actions and actually change his ways. So what happens, a lot of guys want to slip in and slip out. And if they can do that, they're happy. The reason why is because then what actually happens is they've exited without any harm being done. You know what I'm saying? And then therefore their brain doesn't have to think or be conscious about the fact that they're doing wrong. Truth of the matter. Another reason why they don't speak about the future in a situationship is that, they fear they might lose you. They fear what they'll lose getting out of you. If they tell you the truth of what they really think, they know you'll be gone. And they know that then they will no longer have the hold of you, they'll no longer have the sex with you, they'll no longer have the enjoyment with you, they'll no longer get the presents or the gifts or the finances, they'll no longer get any of those things. So truthfully, they don't want to tell you because it's out of fear, I will lose you. They also don't want to tell you because then it also means by saying something or talking about the future, that it equates to also that we're doing something as a relationship. And that means also that when they're being unfaithful or when they're moving to somebody else, it just means that now they can be accountable. Whereas beforehand, if nobody said anything, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say that. I didn't say I want a relationship. I didn't. I didn't say anything back to your question. But so they say little as possible and do not speak about the future, because then it incites that there's going to be a future with you and the girl, or the girl and the boy, whichever one. So they don't want to ever do that because it's locking them into a corner, and you don't want to be locked into a corner. Do you understand? You want to get again, or you want to get out what? Squeaky clean. That's the point. Why they don't tell you the future is that they haven't figured it out yet, and they're not sure if they really want to be tied down with you. And like I remember I said to you, I said everything must be a yes, and anything else that's not a yes is a no. There's maybe, there's not now, all of that is no. Yeah, if it's not a yes, 100% concrete, it's a no. If they're not talking about the future and then saying, no, let's discuss this in 6 months' time, it's a no. Dead it. Finish it. It's over. Yeah, you don't need to do it. Don't get dragged in. 6 months down the line, you don't know how you're going to feel. You can even feel more intensely in love with a person before, you realize, oh, where am I? Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll speak about the future because, like I said, they've already got a plan to exit. And any speaking about the future would actually block that plan of exit. So, keeping it short and sweet. Listen, let me tell you something. If someone doesn't speak about the future, you need to be very wary. Because you see, you need to plan where you're going. And you need to plan your journey, your route. If you're going on a long journey, you'd plan your route, wouldn't you? Yeah, because at the end of the day, you need to be able to adjust your plan as you're trying to get to a certain destination, because things happen along the way. But if you don't state what your journey is, then you're having to go with the flow at every single second, every single minute. And that's confusing, because at any single minute, any single second, the person could change their mind and work with whatever they want to work with. That leaves you with uncommitment. So what am I really saying? I'm just saying, listen, make sure that if someone you're currently dating, okay, doesn't want to talk about the future or dodges the question of future, you need to throw up some red flags. Throw up some immediate red flags. Okay? Because at the end of the day, everybody must know where they want to go to into the future. Everyone must know how they want to try and get there. Everyone must know that, listen, as I'm trying to climb up this ladder, I have a vision for climbing up that ladder. You know what I'm saying? And that comes by seeing, that comes by knowing, that comes by spending time with God, and He'll give you that plan. If you're not a Christian, sorry. Yeah, the truth of the matter is, you know, in these situationships where people have not spoken about the future, honestly speaking, just don't, like, if that person dodges it, leave it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm going to PS that. You got to be really smart about how you ask questions. I already said this last time. Be very smart how you ask it. Ask open-ended questions. Oh, how do you feel about kids, and are you trying to have kids in the future? Okay, where do you see us in the next 5 years? Person's like, oh, I haven't really thought about it. Why not? We've been together for about a year. And you ain't spoke about it. But you've been thinking about it, but you haven't asked him either. What we did? So for me, I just look at it and I just go, look, don't find yourself in a situationship. If you know the other person, yeah, is not giving you the answers you want, walk away, which is our part 3. How to walk away, why to walk away, and when to walk away. So again, situationship. Situations will arise, but you gotta be smart about it. And listen, little black box, you already know what time it is. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, baby. Appreciate y'all. To stop you from questioning what's going on. It's like sex has become this great distraction that enables somebody, almost like the magician's trick, that you're watching the hands and then suddenly boom, 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 out of nowhere, I've got something. How did I do that? There was a distraction. And that's what sex is. It becomes a distraction. And so it doesn't allow you to actually take in much of the details. And I've always said this about sex. I'll end on this last note, which is that if you're in a Ferrari driving at 120 miles per hour, if you look out the window, what details can you see? None. So all you see is a blur. So guess what? You got to slow the car all the way down.